What have we here? What have we here? What have we here? We had to step into the room, step into the kitchen, and get this thing popping. This was an impromptu, you know, because your boy said he was gonna be doing it, so I must step up to the plate and do what I said I was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Simply because I said I was gonna be popping off, I must now pop off. I must do that thing that I said that I was gonna do. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Because I had what they call the burpees. And let me see. We gotta get it. We gotta get some action. We got no action. We gotta get action up in this joint. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's been a minute since we done pulled these midday activities. But it is what it is, and we must pull the midday activities and do what we do since we doing it. Everybody is in the building. Everybody is stepping in the building. Roger Johnson is most definitely in the building. What up, Roger? Y'all know what to do when y'all step in the house. When you walk in people's home, you must do what? Speak. Represent yourself and your hood. It's been a minute since we had some of these midday adventures, since we sat down and had lunch together and did what we do during the mid-afternoon hour. But I've been watching all this Cleveland Browns talk and coach search talk and comparative to Shadeur Sanders' rookie season. I just wanted to talk about it because the people in Cleveland, I don't understand what they want. They want to win, but they want to lose. And it's been crazy watching that dynamic and watching that group of people talk about Shedeur and that coaching staff and that quarterback room and those players in general, and comparing them to successful franchises when the Cleveland Brown franchise as a whole has never been successful. Since it's been back in Cleveland, there has been nothing successful about the Cleveland Browns franchise since 1999. They have started over 42 quarterbacks, has hired like 12 or 13 coaches since Jimmy Haslam has gained majority ownership in 2011, 2012. It's been a roller coaster franchise, to say the least. At minimum, they've had their ups and downs, but they've had more downs than ups. To be fair, they've been consistent on the downside rather than the upside. A myriad of quarterbacks, a plethora of coaches, only one owner. The wins have been far and few in between. So it's baffling to me to hear them as a fan base, which the fan base is unbelievable. But to hear them contrast and compare that organization to the Steelers, the Ravens, the Colts, the Patriots, even just the teams in that division, when you haven't won that division in 26 years. And it's only 4 teams. And yet still, you haven't been able to squeak out one. The franchise that bought your franchise has produced Super Bowls since they left your city. And yet you haven't been able to produce one. But the fan base, the media, talk of that town and that team as if they are accomplished, as if they have reached that upper level, as if they have been to the promised land. And they barely seen the playoffs. So when I hear them contrast and compare Shadeur Sanders' 7-game rookie season to the likes of CJ Stroud and Jayden Daniels, I'm baffled. I'm befuddled. I am yet to figure out, how did you get here? How, when you hear the media talk about the Cleveland Browns, all you hear them talk about is getting to a Super Bowl. When you ain't even, you're not making the playoffs, and you talking Super Bowl, that's the ultimate. But you have to have a foundation. And that has been the problem in Cleveland for years. They have no foundation. They haven't been able to do what most of these teams have done on a consistent basis. They haven't even been partially consistent. They haven't even started to be consistent. Only thing consistent in Cleveland has been L's, losses, bad seasons, bad quarterback play, bad coaching, bad everything. But yet and still, they speak of this team as if it has accomplished the ultimate goal. In this coaching hiring search, they are picking and choosing which coaches that they think would fit, which is only fair. But they think they deserve the best of the best. When this organization, this franchise has been the most dysfunctional franchise in the league, when they have done a myriad of things to make this franchise not that attractive. When you have to overpay a quarterback like Deshaun Watson, who was one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the league, $230 million guaranteed to come and play with your franchise, or else it doesn't happen. But yet and still, they hate the player instead of hating the game. when Deshaun Watson has done nothing to deserve all the hatred that he has received. He hasn't played, which he's been hurt. But they knew he wasn't playing when they got him. He hadn't played in a year before he was picked up by the Cleveland Browns. He was out a whole year. And when he came back, he was suspended for 11 games, which only left him to play a few games toward the end of the season, which gave him no time to be acclimated back into the NFL. And the following season, he played 3, 4, 5 games and got hurt and hasn't been back on the field since. But they hate Deshaun Watson. They don't want him in the city. And it ain't his fault. He did nothing wrong. But this is what we have to deal with when talking about the Cleveland Browns. When talking about their fan base, when talking about the media cycle that covers that franchise. It's all encompassing. And that is what we have found to be kind of delusional when talking about the Cleveland Browns and this fan base. But it's been a while since we sat down and had this conversation. So y'all know how we do this thing. Let's get started. Welcome to the lunch table. Now, y'all know we can't do nothing without giving a big ass shout out to the CU aunties and those beautiful ladies who support and give us all the love. When you see them in the chat or in the comment section, make sure you show them some love and respect the CU aunties, because the CU aunties been on my head for not putting out no Colorado stuff. So we gonna get to that too. Big ass shout out to the CU aunties. But because then I can't get into the things I need to get into, and it mess up my flow when I'm trying to do the doggone thing. You know, I be trying to put things together and do the things that need to be done. You know what I'm saying? I was putting in this work, and then all of a sudden the work disappeared off my screen. But what we want to talk about today is this comparison and this delusionality that Shadeur Sanders was supposed to come in and light up the world when he got to Cleveland, when he got on the field. Shedeur Sanders was supposed to be the best thing since sliced bread. Shedeur Sanders didn't have any adversity. If you listen to the Cleveland media talk, if you listen to the way he is being covered, Shedeur Sanders has done next to nothing since he's been in Cleveland. And it's hard to understand why the hate is so strong for Shedeur Sanders. It's unbelievable. But let's talk about it, chat. Let's talk about these three quarterbacks. You know, it's three quarterbacks who came into this league in three completely different situations. And the people keep trying to compare them like they walked into the same house. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't. I'm not talking about just stats. I'm talking about context. This is environment. This is who had furniture in the house and who was sleeping on the floor. We talking about CJ Stroud, Jayden Daniels, Shadeur Sanders. I need y'all to understand something real early in this situation. All rookie seasons are not created equal. Some rookies get keys to a clean apartment. Some get handed the keys to a house that is still on fire. I think Shadeur Sanders got the keys to the house that was on fire and didn't nobody call the fire department. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, ain't nobody said nothing about nothing. Let's start with CJ Stroud, because this is the standard that people keep using, right? CJ walked into Houston in 2023 and immediately, I'm talking about immediately, flipped this franchise. He wasn't loud, he wasn't flashy, no superhero cape, just effective violence, just going through there knocking shit down. Now, we're talking CJ Stroud, you know. Number one, first round draft pick. You know, as a rookie, CJ Stroud had 4,100 passing yards, 23 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Let me say that one more time for you. 5 interceptions, 23 touchdowns, 4,100 passing yards. As a rookie, one of the greatest rookie seasons ever recorded. That ain't normal. That ain't luck. That's preparation. Now here's where people mess up. They act like CJ Stroud did this thing by himself. You know, it wasn't like he ain't have nobody to throw the ball to. It ain't like he ain't have no preparation. You forget, this is a first-year head coach also with CJ Stroud. Houston did something that Cleveland didn't do for Shedeur. They said, let's not ruin this kid. You know, they ain't want to put CJ out there where he just didn't have no protection, didn't have no receivers, didn't have no nobody to throw the ball to, nobody to protect him. He did. He had all that. You know, he had Nico Collins. That was a breakout year for Nico Collins. Tank Dell out there just balling. A coaching staff that said, hey, let's do what he does well instead of trying to make him conform to what we want him to do. But don't get this thing twisted, you know what I'm saying? He ain't had a perfect offensive line. The man got sacked over 38 times that year. But the difference was he had continuality. Same system, same voices, same plan. It wasn't like C.J. Stroud was just out there surviving. You know, he was operating. He won Rookie of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year. And that's why his rookie year looked clean. And now in his current season, he ain't just out there surviving no more. He commanding the room, doing things. He a franchise quarterback. But after that rookie season, after he threw for them 4,100 and 23 touchdowns and 5 picks, he hit that sophomore slump. He fell off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't out there balling to be balling. You know, he had some good games and some bad games. More bad than good in his second season. His third season, he's all right, you know, but he back to balling. Houston got the toughest defense in the league. The best defense in the league. CJ got weapons. Shedeur ain't got them weapons. Shedeur out there playing with backups on top of backups. But this is what the Cleveland crowd is looking for. They looking for him to be what C.J. Stroud was in his rookie season. When you got players in your season talking about you, you know what I'm saying? If you got players in your rookie season talking about you like this, then you be all right too.
He was making like no leverage back foot, just darts right down the middle, in the middle of the field, like crazy throws, and he's just awesome to watch. I was thinking about it. How many teams would say no if they asked, if you called them up and was like, CJ Stroud for your quarterback?
The Bills, the Chiefs.
I think it's 4. I think it's
the Bengals
and the Ravens.
Ravens.
I think that's it. I think every other team would probably say yes.
Yeah.
Especially given his contract. Because he's, first year.
What about the Eagles? They were in the Super Bowl last year.
The Eagles would 100% take CJ Stroud. I don't know what other team.
You think so?
What other team would say no to CJ Stroud?
I think the Eagles might say no to him.
Like, is there any other team that would say no to CJ Stroud?
No.
If the GM called him, there would be no reason for the GM.
Not one team would right now, today, say no to CJ Stroud as he continues to ball out. CJ Stroud was out there throwing darts after dart after dart, out there cooking people. As a matter of fact, his rookie year, he played Cleveland and cooked them. Ozzie Newsome was out there looking like he wasn't even looking like a rookie. Newsome was out there looking worse than a rookie. Out there getting baked. Let me see. I got there somewhere.
Turnovers in the NFL stands out with a rookie quarterback.
There we go. The man was out there cooking them. Just, doing his doggone thing. Just out there giving them the business. But it wasn't like he didn't have weapons. He got weapons galore. When you just out there just slicing and dicing your secondary like it's all right, you can do those type of things. You know what I'm saying? When your secondary can't cover the two top receivers he got, what do you want him to do? But Shedeur don't have those weapons. He don't have weapons where he can do what CJ Stroud did in his rookie season. You see what I'm saying? It's only fair. But the Cleveland media act like Shedeur was supposed to go out there and win the division and doggone take their team to the playoffs and win the Super Bowl. That's what they act like. But we're going to get off CJ Stroud. We're going to move it. We're going to move it to another area. We're going to move it to another first round pick. Jayden Daniels. See, this is what Cleveland Browns expect every quarterback that they have to be. When the truth is, two of these quarterbacks pop out about every 20 years to do something in their rookie season that no other quarterback has done. Jayden Daniels, rookie season, phenomenal. Jayden Daniels came into Washington like, I don't know what y'all got going on, but I'm about to make this thing exciting. And exciting was an understatement. Jayden Daniels rookie season, 3,500 plus passing yards, 25 touchdowns, and about 900 rushing yards. Let's see, 4,135 passing yards, 29 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 978 rushing yards, and 6 rushing touchdowns. That's the entire season. That's from start to finish. Went to the AFC Championship game. Don't many rookie quarterbacks do that. Do y'all? Some of y'all best quarterbacks, the most prolific quarterbacks that ever played the game of football, their rookie season was ass. Magic City type of ass, just everywhere. Peyton Manning had one of the worst rookie seasons known to football. Some of the best quarterbacks in the league have had terrible rookie seasons. But this quarterback, Shedeur, he's supposed to be above and beyond that. Why? Because he has the fame, because he came in the league with the fame, because he came in the league already the man. But what I'm saying is about Jayden Daniels, his rookie year, he had 25 touchdowns, over 900 rushing yards, which is insane. Those are video game numbers for a rookie quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Jayden wasn't just throwing the ball. He was escaping. He was out there creating. He was breaking defenses down. He hurting people's hearts. He fucking up their spirits during the middle of the game. He just out there doing stuff. He looked like he was back at LSU. Just out there all willy-nilly, just showing out. Just out there doing things. Washington went from we building to hold up. We might be dangerous up in this motherfucker. And they went on the run. All the way to the NFC Championship as a rookie. Now, that's the part right there. But let's talk about what don't nobody like to talk about. Jayden Daniels paid for his success with his body. Because this year, his sophomore season, all that running around, all that taking off them 900 yards, they cost him. Because now people running around talking about, oh, I hope he don't get the RG3. You know what I'm saying? Knee injury, hamstring injury, elbow. You know what I'm saying? At one point, you're like, here we something new. Now, the team that lost momentum, coordinator's gone, season just fizzled all the way out. You know, Jayden Daniels was out there still learning the game of the NFL game. He was brand new to this. But his second season plagued him with injuries because of that show that he put on his first season in the league. Just like Jackson Dart. This season, all that running around, concussion. Where he been at the last part of the season? You ain't seen Jackson Dart. You ain't heard of him. His best friend, his running back, my boy from my alma mater, Mr. Scoutaboo, run like a Mack truck, boogied up. Because the NFL game is different. You can't run over people in the NFL like you ran over them in college. I ain't seen nobody but Bo Jackson do that. And hell, he didn't last long either. But Bo Jackson played 2 sports, so there ain't but 2 of them athletes in the world, and that's Bo Jackson and Deshaun Sanders. And nothing bad you can say about either one of them because they the greatest they ever do it. But what I'm saying is, Jayden Daniels, through all that showing out, through all the things that he's done, his second season has fizzled away because he's been injured, because he's been hurt. Even though he led his team to the NFC Championship in his rookie season, what did it cost him? And here we are, the Cleveland Browns and their fan base and their media conglomerate can't even appreciate what Shadeur Sanders has gone through to even get the 3 wins that he got this season. When all of last year, as an entirety, they won 3 games. As a team, as a franchise, as a ball club, they won 3 games. And here you go with a rookie quarterback who started the season late, who started with a makeshift offensive line because all of the starters are hurt, are gone, who has no true number 1 receiver like Jayden Daniels had, like CJ Stroud had, who had none of the things that most other quarterbacks in the NFL have. Shadeur Sanders is playing with backups. Shedeur Sanders is playing with practice squad players. But they expect him to be them. They expect Shedeur to take them to the promised land. They expect Shedeur to be out here doing all the things that Jayden Daniels and Stroud did. Make them understand it. Shedeur won Rookie of the Week. He didn't play enough games to be Rookie of the Year or Offensive Rookie of the Year because the Cleveland Browns coaching staff decided Grandpa Joe and Baby Dylan was good enough, was better than Shedeur. When we all knew, when we all saw, it showed up on the stat sheet during the summer. It showed up on film during the summer. But their biggest gripe was he a 5th round pick. Dylan Gabriel, the 3rd round pick. Joe Flacco is a proven Super Bowl MVP quarterback. There is no way that the Shadeur Sanders we saw on tape is better than them because simply he's a 5th round pick. He's a 5th round pick. That's what they thought. Because that's what they showed us. We continuously heard from the Cleveland Browns media, he ain't ready. He too far behind Dylan Gabriel. He don't know the offense. He ain't got no command of the huddle. Let's talk about the most misunderstood rookie season of all, Shedeur Sanders. Because you look at them stats, y'all need to stop looking at them stats. That's just lazy analysis right there. You can't analyze him through the prism of his stats. And that's what most people want to run through. Shedeur didn't walk into Houston. He didn't walk into Washington. He walked into Cleveland. Not Cleveland with stability. Cleveland with injuries, backup linemen, no first team reps early, consistent lineup changes. I'll put it to you like that. Shedeur rookie season was like being told, yeah, you starting, but by the way, just go meet these guys. Go meet your teammates in the middle of the season. Go say hello to Jerry Jeudy, because the first time you gonna throw him a pass is the second half of a Baltimore Ravens game on national TV after your so-called starting quarterback gets hurt. Yeah, meet your teammates. This is how we gonna introduce you to NFL football. But no, see, all that matters. Because when you get thrown into a middle of a football game and your offensive line has never heard your cadence, has never heard you hike a ball, when all the receivers that you are getting ready to try to throw the ball to has never caught a ball from you. Ever. Ever. Not practice, not warm-ups, not OTAs, not nothing. You don't even know how they get out their routes. You don't even know if they run their routes the way you need them to run their routes. But hey, it's football. Get on out there and give the old college try. But y'all in Cleveland, in the media, expect him to do what Jayden Daniels and Stroud did. You expect him to be that. Everybody hollering, he's not ready. Mary Kay Cabot, Tony Grossi, all them boys on UCSS, them haters. Boys on 92.3 The Fan. He ain't ready. He's not capable. He's a 5th round pick. But he out there playing with people that's going to be working for me next season. Pizza Hut drivers, truck drivers, cabbies. He playing with backups to backups. Not no starters on the field. But y'all expect him to be great. He playing in all the bad weather games. But you expect him to do what they did. He playing with people from the practice squad. But yet still, you seen them flashes. You seen that 300-yard game. You seen that comeback and win game. You seen the man throw under pressure. You seen him throw through tight windows. You seen him standing in there knowing he was about to get slaughtered and throw a dart. And all y'all keep saying is, I need to see more. What else you need to see? When a man has been put through the football conditions that Shadeur Sanders has been put through. Y'all forgot, Jayden Gabriel played the Pittsburgh Steelers. Remember the first game of the season when they played Pittsburgh? Jayden Gabriel sacked 6 times, threw the ball 58 times, barely got over 200 yards in passing. But Shedeur beat that same team that's in the playoffs right now, them Pittsburgh Steelers. Almost beat Buffalo the week before. With a true Super Bowl contending team. With backup players. With practice squad players. With no true number 1 receiver. With people that won't even make other football teams. But y'all want him to do for Cleveland what C.J. Stroud and Jayden Daniels did for Houston and Washington. He's supposed to be that. How? With what? With what type of... And y'all, man, because the coach got fired. When the coach didn't want him there in the first place. When your quarterback was your leading rusher of your team for 4 weeks in a row. 4. But you need to see more. When he had nothing in the beginning, when he had no weapons, he didn't quit. Shedeur was learning on the fly. He wasn't being developed, he was being tested. Ain't wasn't no development in this phase of what he was doing. This was all the test. Can he do it? And he did it. He did what every other quarterback you brought in to do couldn't do. He played better than Flacco. He played better than Gabriel. Kenny Pickett went to the Raiders, and he sucked over there. And y'all still on these airwaves talking about we need to draft a quarterback. Y'all just used to sucking, and you want to continue to suck. Cleveland has a losing mentality as a fan base, as a franchise, as a community, as a whole. Because you're looking for that savior instead of trying to just take a baby step here, take a step there. Instead of trying to get better, you just want to go from being sorry to being great. You just want to go straight from the bottom, straight to the top. You don't want no middle ground. You don't want to take no few steps here and there. You just want to go from the bottom of the flagpole to the top of the flagpole. Started from the bottom, now we here. The Cleveland Browns is more relevant in this last 9 months than they have ever been as a franchise, as a whole. And y'all want to tell me y'all need more? From who? From what? Y'all want to get rid of Andrew Berry. You better be thanking Andrew Berry for doing all the things that he's done to put you in a position to where you're not wasting 2 more picks on quarterbacks this season. Let's keep this thing real. CJ Stroud, Jayden Daniels, Shadeur Sanders. CJ Stroud played in structure, got continualities. He had weapons that has grown with him in the league. Still got them. CJ Daniels. He had the freedom to do what he wanted to do. He had a creative offensive coordinator who played to his strengths. But all in all, he paid the physical price. Because his second season, he been hurt. The question is, what is Cleveland going to do this season? What are you going to do with this draft? Are you going to take what you got and build around it? Or are you going to restructure and try to do it all over again? Started from the bottom, still in the bottom. Shadeur Sanders played in pure chaos with injuries all around him. And he was learning on the fly, under fire. Brutally being abused by the teams that he was playing because he's playing with backups and practice squad paper. CJ Stroud had a seatbelt. Jayden Daniels had a turbo engine and they said, "Go, young man, go." Shedeur was out here driving with the check engine light on, a tire blown out, engine smoking, bumper knocked off. You know, he just handicapped all the way around. But all in all, still out there thriving. All three of them. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? The question is, will you do something to help your franchise, or will you drag your franchise right back to the bottom where it was? Because I'm going to tell you like this. Shadeur Sanders is going to have options come this offseason, especially since that Miami job opened up. Especially since that Atlanta job opened up. With those two jobs opening up, boy, depending on who goes there, Shedeur Sanders might be moving too. Because Atlanta, believe it or not, they got weapons all over the place. With the right coach. Oh, Atlanta is a beast in that weak-ass conference, in that weak-ass division. Boy. Then we talking about Miami. Open. Y'all want the Miami coach, but you might lose your quarterback. Because they might have paid Tua. But Tua ain't the man down there, no. And he ain't wanted all that much. So it might be some changes. And little homie from Texas ain't it. He a 7th-round pick for a reason. He is a 7th-round pick for a reason. But what I'm telling y'all is, Shadeur Sanders has been mocked. Only thing they want to talk about is stats. Stats truly show nothing of what Shedeur Sanders has done this season. Shedeur Sanders has really been one of the best quarterbacks, rookie quarterbacks, all season. And just for comfort, I want to show y'all something. Just for clarity, because y'all think I be tripping. Everybody think I be tripping. Just for clarity, y'all see this, right? Peyton Manning, rookie season. Peyton Manning, rookie season. You see that right there? 1998 was Peyton Manning's rookie season. He played 16 games. He had a 56.7 completion percentage. Threw for 3,739 yards with an average pass attempt of 6.5 yards. Peyton Manning threw 26 touchdowns his rookie season. Peyton Manning also threw 28 interceptions his rookie season. Peyton Manning was sacked 22 times his rookie season. Now, I can go pull up some more quarterbacks. I just wanted to show you this one because they think Peyton Manning was an instant success when he came into the league, which he wasn't. Peyton Manning's first 4-5 years wasn't all that great. His second year was 26 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. But he threw for 4,000 yards. Third year was just about the same, 33 and 15, 26 and 23, 27 and 19. Then he started balling. Six years into the league. It's what I'm saying. People are living in the moment because they saw CJ Stroud 2 years ago do the doggone thing, because they saw Jayden Daniels last year do the doggone thing. So this year, Shedeur was supposed to do the doggone thing. For the people in Cleveland, I'm not talking about worldwide, because we know everybody outside of this that be talking that trash, they just be talking. They just be hating. But what I'm saying is, for a person, for a quarterback that was drafted in the 5th round, put as a 4th string quarterback by his head coach, only played with practice squad people, 3rd string people, didn't practice with the 1st and 2nd string, didn't get reps with the ones until he was actually thrown into a game. And from that point forward, he didn't have the same linemen, the same receivers, the same anything that the other 2 quarterbacks before him had. Not even the same protections, not even the same plays. His plays was called different. Why? Because the person who originally started out calling plays that season decided he was going to do what he should have done at the beginning of the season. Give over the play calling to his offensive coordinator. So Shedeur has been fighting all season against those people, against those odds, against everything that didn't believe in him this season. His back has been against the wall from the beginning. And yet and still, anytime somebody brings it up, the first thing they'll say is, look at his stats. What I'll tell you is look at his tape. Look at those people that were blocking for him. Look at those people that were receiving passes from him. His number 1 receiver is not a true number 1 receiver. He was leading the league in drops, and then he now is 2nd in drops. His favorite receiver, tight end, was hurt during the last 2-3 games of the season. His number 1 running back was hurt during the last 3-4 weeks of the season. So you are surrounded by backups at every position available. But they expect you to do what CJ Stroud and Jayden Daniels did. Somebody tell me how. Somebody tell me how he was supposed to do that. Because you didn't see it, I didn't see it, and they damn sure couldn't see it. They know he good, but ain't nobody that good. You could have put Tom Brady out there and it would have been ugly. Hell, Brady had good linemen, and most of the time it was ugly for him because he couldn't move. He was a freaking statue most of his career. So here's the takeaway, chat, is what I'm saying. Stop judging rookie quarterbacks like they all started at the same finish line. Some guys inherited stability, some inherited chaos. Shedeur definitely inherited chaos, but what matters is growth. Stroud grew fast. Jayden Daniels exploded. But now he got the heel. Shedeur is learning the league from inside a freaking tornado. And history tells us something important. The guy who survives chaos early, they last the longest. Those are facts. I'm just saying. So, to compare the three, we're going to see. We're going to see what's next. How they handle this coaching hire and then that draft class. Because people jump on Andrew Berry for the first 5 classes, for the first 5 draft classes. But you got to remember, Paul DePodesta was there also. And he was the catalyst for most of those draft classes that they've had the past 4 or 5 years. Now this year, with DePodesta gone, and before DePodesta got out of there, Jimmy Haslam gave Andrew Berry the green light. This one's on you. You draft what you want to draft. Kevin Stefanski wanted Dylan Gabriel as his quarterback. That's his pick. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's not Andrew Berry's pick. Andrew Berry drafted Shedeur and said, hey, we gonna muck this up a little bit. Y'all don't want to get him. We going to get him anyway. He's still here in the 5th round. We not leaving bruh out there like that. And Kevin Stefanski was not fond of that selection. But toward the end, Kevin Stefanski was starting to buy in. He was starting to feel it. You could see his emotions on the sideline. We ain't seen Kevin Stefanski hype all season, but them last 3 games, he was like, okay, we got a quarterback, but it was too late. He had already signed, sealed, and delivered his walking papers. You know, you could see him getting into it, showing a little emotion on the sideline, talking to Shedeur, going to find Shedeur on the sideline. I got tape where Kevin Stefanski would walk right past Shedeur and not say a word during a timeout. It would take other coaches to come over there and coach Shedeur. So you can't tell me that he wanted him. He did not want him there. It shows. It's on film. That's how that man felt. But toward the end, he was like, damn, I waited too late. I should have done this in the beginning. Maybe this season wouldn't be so bad. When him and the Hungry Dogs are starting the last game of the season, you know it's bad. Well, the last 2 games. The same people he was on the practice squad with and staying late out to practice with just to get some workout in, all of them ended up being starters before the season was over with. That's just how awful that team was. And that's just bad. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't have never gotten to that point. But Cleveland got a lot to fix. We're going to see how they're going to fix it. It's going to take a lot of work, but the Cleveland media can expect it to all happen at one time. They want to go from the bottom of the flagpole to the top of the flagpole. They don't even want to play around in the middle. You know, where the little string be hitting the pole all the time. You hear ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling, ding. They don't even want to be around that area. They either want to be at the top or they want to be all the way drowning at the bottom. You know what? Everybody want to be involved, which is crazy. But anyway, man, we're going to get out of here. We ain't going to do no Q&A. Tomorrow, I just had to pop it out because, you know, it's been a while. And I told y'all we was going to do this thing. But now we back. So now y'all know. So y'all get ready. Because we back at the lunch table. We popping this thing off at all times. So if you ain't hit the like button, you might want to hit it. If you ain't hit your post notification bell, you might want to turn that thing on. You know what I'm saying? Because me and the CUNTs and everybody else, we going to be live in this thing. But anyway, man, I'm going to get out of here. Y'all be easy. I'm going to holler at y'all. I'm out of here. Peace.
Thank you. God bless you all, man. Be safe.